consistently taking responsibility and standing in the truth and taking the daggers. As the mother, that's your job now. You take the daggers until their arms just get tired of.
What do you remember from your childhood? Were you ever told who your father was? Did you believe all your life it was this man?
I was told by my father who my father was.
Was in his obituary, but it said you had preceded him in death.
I didn't even find out about Mr. Miller's existence until I think a couple years after he had passed.
All right, folks, let's set the stage. We have Ms. Lee stepping into the courtroom, haunted by a paternity question that has been eating away at her for years. Is the man who raised her truly her biological father? Or is it another man who is now deceased? The suspense is killing me!
Is the man who raised you your biological father, or is it another man who is now deceased?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Ms. France, you're here along with your brother who's waiting outside of our courtroom. You say your father claimed on his deathbed that he was the biological father of a child named Sonia.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh boy, the emotions are already running high. Ms. Lee is pouring her heart out, talking about her deep love for the man she believed to be her father. But now, she's faced with the possibility of a different truth. It's heart-wrenching to see her in this state.
If indeed you've now found the correct Sonia, you believe the plaintiff, Ms. Lee, is your sister.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Ms. Lee, how have you handled finding out that your biological father could be a deceased man that you'll never be able to meet?
Well, Your Honor, from the beginning of this has been real confusing and overwhelming for me.
And here come the defendants, Ms. France and her brother, who claim their father made a shocking deathbed confession. He revealed that he was the biological father of a child named Sonia. And guess what? They believe Ms. Lee is that long-lost sister. Talk about a bombshell.
My dad so much, and he loved me. But at the same time, I know that the truth needs to be known, because if I do have siblings, brothers and sisters out there, I would want to connect with them and bond with them. You know, that's something I've always felt.
So, Ms. France, please tell me about this search, how it came about. You say this was your father's dying wish?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. France wasted no time in telling us how she grew up hearing about a twin sister in Michigan. Can you believe it? They went to the same schools, knew the same people, but never even met. And get this, their kids are already best friends. The universe works in mysterious ways, my friends.
We never even met. Our kids are even best friends and never even knew they were cousins. Yes. I even know her grandmother. And her grandmother and my grandmother are best friends. And I still never met Mrs. Lee until I was 42 years old.
How long have you known or had this knowledge that she was out there somewhere?
Probably since I was about 5 or 6.
Really?
Yes.
Ms. Lee, on the other hand, has had her fair share of doubts. She dismisses the rumors of having a twin sister as mere gossip, but deep down, she couldn't ignore the striking similarities people pointed out. It's like an award-winning soap opera unfolding right before our eyes.
Just like you, I think she your sister. This was the talk.
Really?
I dismissed it as gossip and rumors. You know, I had no reason to think no fact was to that. I had no reason to even question it. So when they would say, y'all got the same eyes, y'all even got the same nose and forehead, I'd be like, yeah, well, people look alike. You know, everybody has a twin. I didn't ever think too much of it.
Wow. So, Ms. France, now, you say this was your father's dying wish to find.
Ms. Davis, the super sleuth sister, took matters into her own hands and started searching on Facebook. But guess what? She couldn't find Sonia Miller anywhere. It seemed like a dead end until fate intervened and a picture popped up. A picture that would change everything.
My sister, Mrs. Davis, is the one that found her.
So, Ms. Davis, please stand and step up to the podium. So, Ms. Davis, when you got this news, your father said, find her.
Yes.
How did you go about doing it?
Well, I started on Facebook and I couldn't find her on Facebook, nowhere. So
and you were looking up the name?
Gave up the search looking for Sonia Miller.
Sonia Miller.
Hold on tight, folks. Brace yourselves for a jaw-dropping twist. They were told that Sonia had passed away, even that she had AIDS, but their father didn't buy it. He wanted them to find her. And when they found her, they discovered she was very much alive. Can you believe it? The lies, the secrets, the drama.
It's her friend. And the picture popped up and I looked. I said, she's right there. She's not gone. My sister's not dead.
Oh my goodness.
So I started Facebooking. Just Facebooking and calling my sister, said, Sonia's not dead. This is the Sonia right here.
So what is this you're holding now, Ms. France?
This is the obituary that when we made the obituary out that has her listed as deceased.
Jerome, can you
next
please?
to my younger sister, Diane.
Oh my goodness, grab some tissues, folks. It's time for the long-awaited reunion between Ms. Lee and her newfound siblings. The moment is so raw and emotional, you can feel the love and relief filling the room. This is what family is all about.
I didn't recognize her picture, I didn't recognize her name, and it was saying they were looking for their sister. And so at this point, I'm like, it can't be me. So I kept ignoring it. Maybe after 3 or 4 messages, I finally responded to where I responded to Miss Davis, and where we exchanged numbers, and I called her, and she just started spilling the story out, and it was like, whoa, wait a minute, slow down. You know, 'cause it's just...
Wait a minute, hold the phone. We have a surprise guest. Mr. Miller himself, the man who is believed to be Ms. Lee's biological father, has entered the building. The tension is palpable, and we can't wait to see how this unfolds.
Ms. Fran said our kids were our best friends, already claiming each other as cousins without knowing nothing. Without even thinking of the possibility, they claimed each other as cousins. I grew up in a small city, and then to be this close to my family and not know it did hurt me. Yes, I had a father, but if I had something, so I kind of had some resentment about that. You know, they knew about me, I didn't know about them. My mom knew, my dad knew, but nobody told me.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment of truth. The DNA results are in, and we're about to find out if Ms. Lee is indeed the biological sister of Ms. France and Mr. Miller. Will the siblings' hopes and dreams be confirmed, or will their world come crashing down? The anticipation is killing me. Will it be a match made in DNA heaven, or will it be another twist in this roller coaster of emotions?
Ms. Lee, they are indeed your biological brother and sister.
All right.
I told you.
That's a lot of love came pouring in, didn't it?
In this case, we've got Lisa, Jasmine, and Jamie, 3 sisters who are tired of being lied to by their mother, Ms. Liddell. They claim she wasn't a good mother, and her promiscuous behavior has them questioning their paternity. Hold on tight, because this is going to be a bumpy ride.
Ms. Williams, you are here today with your 2 sisters because you say you're tired of being lied to by your mother, Ms. Liddell. You all claim she wasn't a good mother and say her promiscuous behavior is the reason you need the results of a paternity test today.
The youngest of the 3 sisters is feeling like the outcast. She's been lied to her whole life, and she's ready to get to the bottom of it. But guess what? Their mom, Ms. Liddell, didn't even bother showing up for the paternity test they were supposed to have. Talk about a no-show.
You haven't been the best mother, but you say your daughters are being unfair. You claim they are still punishing you for the mistakes you've made in the past, and today you want it to end. Now, Ms. Lisa Williams, I'll start with you. Why is it so important?
Ms. Little, on the other hand, admits she hasn't been the best mother, but she thinks her daughters are being unfair. She claims they're still punishing her for the mistakes she made in the past. Oh boy, this is shaping up to be one messy family reunion.
Tell me about the paternity issues.
It was this man who was supposedly had been my father, and we were all wanting to know, like his family, him, my aunt that raised me and Jasmine.
The sisters drop a bombshell, revealing that they were told a man named James was their father. But doubt started creeping in, especially when Lisa saw him for the first time and didn't see any resemblance at all. Yikes, that's gotta hurt.
I know who my father was. I feel like at least if she was there to try to take the place of my father, having a mother at least, maybe it wouldn't have bothered me so much, you know? But I didn't have a mother or a father.
He treats me more like a daughter than he treats Lisa, but I feel that he treats Jamie more like a daughter than he treats me.
But hold up, folks. We've got Mr. Williams, the man who was believed to be their father, joining us via video conference. He drops a bomb of his own, saying he doesn't believe he's their biological father. Talk about a plot twist.
So, other than the whispers, other than all of that.
Because of the life she was leading. And Lisa, what information did you have?
Well, I had my doubts, like when I was extremely little young. Me and Jasmine went to go see her father because he was, away.
He was away.
That was my first time ever seeing him. And that day when I saw him, I'm knowing, I don't see me.
The tension is rising, and the sisters are not holding back. They're pouring out their hearts, expressing their disappointment and anger towards their mother. It's like a volcano of emotions erupting in that courtroom.
Lisa stated there was a gentleman. Do you know who her father is?
I don't know. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest. Jamie, no. Lisa, no. Jasmine, no. I'm not for sure if James is their father, if he's not their father. Because I was hoish. I did me. I ran the streets. Okay, you can keep your slab remarks. I was hoish. I didn't care about nobody or nothing.
But wait, there's more! Ms. Liddell fires back, saying her daughters are manipulators and liars, just like her. Oh boy, the drama is reaching new heights, and things are getting heated, folks. The sisters are unleashing years of pent-up frustration, and Ms. Little is not holding back either. It's a battle of words, and the courtroom is the battlefield.
You believe you are these young girls' biological father. Do you believe that?
Deep in my heart, Your Honor, and I hate to say it, and it's hurting me to say it too, but no, I do not.
You don't act like it, so it shouldn't be hurting you. He said no. You don't act like it. You sure don't act like it.
What are your doubts? What are your doubts based
You don't believe he's your daddy?
I always had the doubt in my heart.
All right, everyone involved in this case needs a breather, folks. Emotions are running high, and we can feel the tension in the air. But we're not here for a therapy session. We're here for some paternity results. So let's get back to it.
Come on now. When a little girl don't got her daddy, do you know what goes on in your mind? Do you know how much stuff you get out here and do that you shouldn't be doing because you
never had that father to show you this is what love is. This is how a man's supposed to treat you. We never had that. Never.
Mr. Williams is here and he knows he's been absent. How has it affected you specifically when you say
he don't even have no kind of relationship with me?
The moment we've all been waiting for has arrived. The DNA results are in, and the first bombshell drops. Jasmine, the eldest sister, finds out that Mr. Williams is indeed her biological father. Cue the tears, folks.
So basically you made the call as their mother because you didn't know who their father was.
Exactly, and I was
you
with him
just
at the
said,
time. Yes, ma'am.
let's take Mr. Williams' name across the board.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell all the girls that's their father. I'm not sure whether or not he's their father.
Right.
But at least they'll have the same last name and hopefully the same belief.
Your Honor.
But hold on tight, because things are about to take a turn. Lisa, the middle sister, receives the devastating news that Mr. Williams is not her biological father. The courtroom is filled with gasps and shocked expressions.
Your Honor, they talk so bad to me that I don't know how to get back at her, so I say what I know is gonna hurt them.
Hold on, let's get some order. Let's get some order. Ms. Liddell, trust me, while I do understand and I know what it means to get lost and you can't find your way, but what I see you doing today is you breaking these girls down like you were broken down. And it's not right.
The suspense is killing us. And we're not even in that courtroom. Jamie, the youngest sister, is about to receive her results. Will she follow Lisa of fate, or will she finally find her biological father? Let's find out.
Ms. Jasmine Williams, Mr. Williams, you are her father. When it comes to Ms. Lisa Williams, Mr. Williams, you are not her father. To Ms. Jamie Williams, Mr. Williams, you are not her father.
This next case revolves around Ms. Love and Ms. Willis, who are suing the defendant, Karen Williams, for defamation of character. They claim that Karen has been spreading rumors about their father having an affair with her, resulting in her daughter, Stephanie. The drama has been going on for a whopping 30 years. Can you believe it?
And this affair produced her daughter, Stephanie,
Yes, Your Honor.
who you say is not your father's daughter.
Yes, Your Honor.
No.
Now, the court has ordered a DNA test, and the results will be revealed shortly. Ms. Karen Williams, you say you haven't defamed anyone's character.
Ms. Love and Ms. Willis are furious, claiming that Karen has been following them around town, accusing them of being sisters with Stephanie. Can you imagine the audacity? They're here to set the record straight and demand justice for their family name.
Now, the court has ordered a DNA test, and the results will be revealed shortly. Ms. Karen Williams, you say you haven't defamed anyone's character.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because you've told the truth about the affair, and the results of today's paternity test will clear your name
Yes, Your Honor.
and identify your daughter's father. Ms. Love, after all these years, why do you finally bring the defendants to court today?
But hold on to your hats, folks, because Karen Williams is not backing down. She adamantly denies defaming anyone's character and insists that she's telling the truth about the affair. She even claims that today's paternity test will clear her name and reveal Stephanie's father. Talk about a cliffhanger.
This is a claim for defamation of character.
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you believe she's defamed your character?
From the time I was about 6 years old, this been going on with Miss Karen. She done followed us in stores, workplaces,
Jobs, everywhere.
everywhere.
And what does she say when she follows you?
Accusing, oh, Miss Stephanie,
This
say
is
hi to
your father,
your sister.
this is your sister.
Say hi to your big sister.
The tension in the courtroom is thick as Judge Lake starts to dig deeper into this decades-long drama. Ms. Love and Ms. Willis are finally getting their day in court after all these years. Can you feel the anticipation building?
You laid eyes on him.
Yes.
So when you were involved with their father, did you know he was involved with their mother?
No.
You
no.
didn't?
I didn't. I didn't. She did.
So-
She lied. No, I didn't even know he was married at the time I was involved with him.
So you didn't know. So Ms. Williams, this is your daughter.
Yes.
Ms. Williams, how old are you?
I'm 34.
And Ms. Love, how old are you?
35.
And Ms. Willis, how old are you?
33.
The judge wants to know how Karen has allegedly defamed their character. Ms. Love reveals that Karen has been following them around, accusing them of being Stephanie's sisters. And get this, she even claims that Stephanie doesn't even look like them. Oh, the drama.
We're gonna be together forever because I'll always love you for you and only you.
My daddy don't even
Just
talk
be mine forever.
My father has never talked like that to a woman. Your Honor, he loved me and I loved him.
He just signed it, Love Baby, though.
Exactly.
His name is at the top.
Jerome, please show this to the plaintiffs and see if this
The name
looks
is at
like
the
their
top.
father's handwriting.
But Karen is not one to back down. She insists that she had no idea their father was involved with their mother when she was with him. She's sticking to her story, folks. Will she be able to convince the judge?
It's not his handwriting.
At all.
So, Miss Stephanie Williams, I want to talk to you. What do you remember from your childhood? Were you ever told who your father was? Did you believe all your life it was this man?
I was told by my father who my father was. He came to my house.
Yes.
I was about 7 or 8, and he explained to me who he was.
That's
he
fine.
was my father. He gave me his phone number. I mean, reluctantly, my mother didn't want me to call.
Now, let's bring Stephanie into the mix. She's convinced that their father is her biological father, and she's got some emotional stories to share. She recalls a phone call she made to her alleged father, only to be cursed out by someone claiming to be their mother. Can you imagine the heartbreak?
They was direct deposit to the bank account. My mom did the balance of the banks and statements and all that. So when she noticed was money being taken out for child support, my dad went to find out what was going on. So when he found out it was child support for Miss Stephanie, he wanted to have a blood test done.
Stephanie is determined to prove her connection to their father, even revealing a heartfelt message he wrote in her yearbook. But the sisters are not buying it. They argue that the handwriting doesn't match their father's at all. The plot thickens.
I do not know anything of child support.
You never received the assistance from the state?
No.
And you never received the child support?
I was cut off of assistance when my test was taken, my attorney test was taken.
What didn't you do?
When I went there, they couldn't verify that he had been there. They told me to just do what I need to do.
And just when you thought things couldn't get any crazier, the court calls in a witness, Mr. Andre Banks, the brother of Ms. Love and Ms. Willis. Will he shed some light on this family saga?
The daughter got scared. She threw up on me when they took the blood. So we had to catch the bus back home.
So your concern is because you went to the facility, the
Yes,
testing
ma'am.
facility,
Yes, Your Honor.
but you never laid eyes on him. He was not present.
Yes, Your Honor.
What do you think happened?
About 85, he came over in the summertime. Him and a family member.
Mr. Banks drops a bombshell, revealing that their father was quite the ladies' man and that there's a possibility he could be Stephanie's father. Oh boy, the drama just keeps on coming.
Them to go with me to knock on his door. Well, lo and behold, news come on. He was shot and killed before I even had a chance to get.
Your Honor, that was
any
4
other
years
answer.
ago.
I'm here to find out.
I
That's
wanna-
why it's so important.
But
to
you
me.
wasn't at his funeral. You wasn't there when he got killed.
On that behalf, Your Honor,
You
I
ain't been
felt
there
the
this whole
funeral
time.
was not a time for me to come and say
You should've
I'm
been
a part.
campground.
I'm not
And now it's time for the moment we've all waiting for. The tension is mounting as the judge prepares to reveal the results of the DNA test. Will Stephanie finally get the closure she's been seeking for all these years? Will the truth finally come out? Get ready, folks, because it's about to go down.
Miss Stephanie Williams, Mr. Andre Willis was not your father.
I told you. So your mama lied to you for 34 years. What you gonna say to her now?
First, get some control. And before Ms. Willis and Ms. Love, before you plan your celebration, if you take a look across the aisle.
Let's meet our players in this next case. We have Ms. Tucker, who spent her whole life believing one man was her father, only to find out that may not be the case. And then we have Mr. Hunter, who has been dodging paternity tests like a pro and is now faced with the possibility that he may indeed be the father. Buckle up, because this is going to be one wild ride.
Tucker, you believed another man was your dad until a bomb was dropped on you 10 years ago when your mother admitted that the defendant is your biological father. You opened your case to prove to Mr. Hunter that he is your dad. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Tucker opens the case by sharing her struggles and confusion. She desperately wants a DNA test to finally put all the doubts to rest. But Mr. Hunter, well, he's been avoiding those tests like it's his full-time job. Seriously, dude, it's time to face the music.
Mr. Hunter, you admit you have distanced yourself from the plaintiff because you have serious doubts you are her father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Tucker, you admit you initially lied to your daughter, but claim you and Mr. Hunter have always known that he is her father.
And hold on to your seats, folks, because here comes the bombshell. Ms. Tucker's mom drops a truth bomb and admits that Mr. Hunter might actually be the biological father. Cue the gasps and shocked faces.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there something you haven't told your daughter?
I told her that someone else was her father at the time in order to protect her. I felt like Mr. Hunter was not a good role model.
So you felt by saying someone else was her father, what she had a better chance of having a father in her life? What was your reasoning?
No, Your Honor, that's not the reason.
But wait, there's more. Ms. Tucker reveals that she grew up thinking another man was her father, and it wasn't until the 5th grade that she discovered the truth. Can you imagine the confusion and heartbreak she must have felt? This is like a daytime soap opera.
And his sister used to come and get me, and they treated me as their own. Every weekend, I would be with his family. I never met him. He never was around, but they still showed me a lot of love.
And so when did you find out that he may not be your biological father?
I was in the 5th grade, and his sister had came and got me one weekend like she always.
Fast forward a few years, and Ms. Tucker finds out that Mr. Hunter might be her real dad. But guess what? He denies it. Talk about a plot twist. Mr. Hunter claims that Ms. Tucker's mom told him he wasn't the father years ago. Oh, the tangled web we weave.
Why was he not around? And that's when he told me that my mom was not being honest with me, and he knew I wasn't his daughter.
And over the phone?
Mm-hmm.
And how old were you when this happened?
I was in the 5th grade.
Whoa. And so at that point, you were excited to get on the phone?
I was excited, but I got off on traumatized.
Of course.
Because that was the first I had ever heard that he wasn't my father.
Hold on tight, folks, because we're about to dive into some serious family drama. Ms. Tucker confronts her mom about the whole situation, and her aunt spills the beans, revealing that her mom has been keeping secrets all these years. The plot thickens.
I grew up with a great family, so I just took it as if it was his loss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was. So, Mom, you hear your daughter
Yes, Your Honor.
in tears talk about that conversation in the 5th grade.
Yes, Your Honor. I felt like I was selfish, basically, but at the end of the day, it hurt her. So I'm here to clean what I did up.
Your Honor, may I say something? Even though my mom was wrong, I still feel as though Mr. Hunter.
The tension is rising and emotions are running high. Ms. Tucker demands answers, and her mom finally comes clean, admitting that Mr. Hunter might indeed be her biological father. Can you imagine the weight of that confession? It's like a bomb went off in the courtroom.
About Mr. Hunter.
I was in the 7th grade, and where we're from is very small. So I was at a store, and there's a woman who knows them both, and she told me, she said, "You look just like your dad." And so naturally, I'm thinking she's talking about the other gentleman. So I go, "Oh, you know my dad?" And I said his name, and she goes, "That's not your dad."
Now, it's time for the moment of truth. The DNA results are in, and the court is about to reveal whether Mr. Hunter is the father or not. Get ready, folks, because this is the moment we've all been waiting for.
Mr. Hunter, you are not the father. I'm sorry, Adriana.
It's okay. I just wanted answers so that I don't have to keep interrupting his life or, keep going through this in my own life. So, yeah.
I'm very sorry. I was hoping to be able to give you the closure you deserve.
Yes.
But I do have to ask you, Ms. Tucker,